Hi, everyone, and happy Read Across America week. This week, we're going to be reading The Cat in the Hat and learning how to draw him. So, the first thing I want to do is present my screen and just show you the how to draw the cat in the hat visual directions. I am going to be talking through these directions and showing you how to draw. And this file is connected in Google Classroom, but I did just want to take a couple seconds to show you. So we're going to start with his eyes, then finish drawing the head, then add his ears, the hat, the bow, and our finishing details. So here's one that I drew a little bit earlier today. And this is what your cat in the hat will look like when you're finished. Now remember, when you draw, you can draw on anything. Piece of paper, a dry erase board, an envelope, whatever you have. So we're going to start out by right in the middle of our page, drawing the cat in the hat's eyes. And the cat in the hat's eyes are just going to be two ovals with two circles in the middle. There is step one. Next, we're going to draw the side of his face, and that connects to his mouth. And that kind of looks like the number 3, but we want to make the top of the number 3 a little bit smaller than the bottom. So there we kind of have it. I'm just going to fix this side for a second. And remember, that's why it's a good thing to use a dry erase board or pencil, because we can erase if we make a mistake. So there we go. And then I'm also going to add the nose, which is just an oval. Right, now I'm going to draw a shape that goes from about the top of the eyes all the way down his face to his neck. So we're going to start on this side, about the same height as the eye, and I draw that right next to about where his mouth starts, the straight line. Then I'm going to curve that line in and then curve it down for the neck. So straight, curve, curve, straight. Then I'm going to draw what's his bottom lip and the other side of his neck. So I start at the bottom of the mouth. Whoops. And I kind of curve that in. And then have the shape for his neck. So I draw a kind of straight line, curve, curve, and then straight line again. Next, I'm going to draw the cat in the hat's ear. And that's almost going to be like a triangle, but it's going to curve a little bit, almost like a flower petal. And I'm going to draw that right here. So kind of on top of his other eye and not quite over the line for the side of his head. So I have his ear right there. Now I'm going to start the hat. And to start the hat, I'm just going to draw a line that goes from his ear over to the side and from the other side of his ear all the way across his forehead and out a little bit. And if the top of his head doesn't quite reach that line, I can just draw my line up to meet it. Then I'm going to draw what's called the brim of his hat, which is this part right here. That's still the kind of wide part of the hat. So to do that, I'm just going to curve my line up and back towards the ear and curve it up and back towards the ear. Now I can draw the two lines, and they can either curve a little bit, because if we look at the cat's hat, it does kind of curve a little bit, or you can draw them straight, whatever's easier for you. So I'm going to start that right about where his head is, and I'm just going to draw 2 lines up to the top of my paper. Then I'm going to try to draw the bow that the Cat in the Hat wears around his neck. And to do that, I'm going to start with drawing a circle right underneath his neck. And then the shape for the bow is kind of like a sideways heart, except it doesn't come to a point at the end. But I have a shape almost like that for one side. And then I do the same thing, and I just make it meet the circle. Almost looks like butterfly wings, too. So now I pretty much am done my Cat in the Hat, and it's time to add our details. Our details are going to be like the things like the stripes on his hat, his whiskers. It's kind of hard to draw them backwards. I'm just going to put 3 curved lines on each side of his face. And I'm also going to add just the inside of his ear. And I'm all done. There's my Cat in the Hat. If you want to draw any other details in your background, you can. And if you want to color in your Cat in the Hat, you can. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to open up your Google Classroom and go to the assignment called Cat in the Hat. Once you do that, you'll see this video. You'll see the visual guide on how to draw the Cat in the Hat. And then you'll also see a read aloud to the Cat in the Hat. And then, of course, your blank Google Draw, where you are going to upload a photo of your drawing. So remember, that's going to be on the box on the left side of your screen, and it'll say your work. And then there'll be a button you can click, and your name will be right next to it. So I'm going to start sharing my screen, and I already have my Google Draw open. So to take my picture, I'm going to go to the mountains, which is the Insert Image button, and then I'm going to scroll down to the camera. When the camera opens up, I can hold my drawing up to it and click that yellow button. That will bring my picture over to the side of my screen. Then I just have to hit the Insert button. Now I can close out of Google Draw and turn my assignment in. If you have any questions, please email me or reach out on Google Classroom or Class Dojo. Have a fantastic rest of your day.